Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 4th annual Fashion Los Angeles Awards. I'm Derek Blasberg. I'm Nicole Richie's queen for the evening, as well as your MC. If I look familiar, it's probably because I've hosted my own show on CNN called CNN Style and contributed articles to every single international edition of Vogue, Harper's Bazaar, and Vanity Fair. Just kidding, just kidding. If I look familiar, it's because you've probably seen me at a party asking a famous person for a selfie. That's definitely, which reminds me, really quick. Gotta cut Nicole out. Take it, there we go. Now you get it, I look familiar. All right. It's the Daily Awards. I've been to this event once before. It was 2 years ago when I got the award for Best New TV Personality. That was 2 years ago, which translates to only 4 seasons in the fashion world, but about a dozen designer job shuffles. So what's happened since then? Funny you should ask. Ready? Phoebe Philo is out at Celine and Eddie Slimane is in. Riccardo Tisci was appointed at Burberry after Christopher Bailey announced his retirement from the brand nearly 2 decades after he started. Claire Wright Keller replaced Riccardo at Givenchy. Then Natasha Ramsey, who used to work for Nicola Guesquier at Vuitton, replaced Claire at Chloe. Speaking of Vuitton, Kim Jones is out at the designer of the men's, but he's in at Dior Homme because Chris Van Ash left Dior Homme to replace Heider Ackerman at Berluti, who is now refocusing on his own brand. Virgil Abloh of Off-White is going to Paris to take the now vacated LV men's job. It says that Off-White will still be on. Also in the designer shuffles, we've seen Lon Von, Diane von Furstenberg, Nina Ricci, and Carvin all change designers. Did you get all that? That's almost as many hirings and firings as the White House. Well, almost. To put all of that in perspective, Karl Lagerfeld has been designing at Chanel since 1982, the year I was born, and he's been designing at Fendi since 1957, which was 45 years before tonight's presenter, Rowan Blanchard, was born. Other than Rowan, who else do we have in the house? There's a little bit of royalty. The King of Pop's daughter, Paris Jackson, is here. Alexi Lubomirski, the fashion photographer, is actually a Polish Serene Highness. But I'm here solely because 2 of my favorite former reality show queens are finally back together. That's right, welcome to an unofficial Simple Life reunion. Since we have Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie in the same room again, together at last. Even better, we're honoring Juicy Couture. I gotta do it. I almost bedazzled my t-shirt and put on some Uggs on the way over here. But let's get to the awards. Nicole Richie is our first presenter. Many of you in this room may know that Nicole Richie is literally the reason to have a lock on your cell phone. She's been known to hack into friends' Instagram accounts and post inappropriate photos, and on more than one occasion, she's prank called my mother. But Carol Blasberg, she still loves you, Nicole. Tonight, she's presenting an award to Jamie Mizrahi, her good friend / frequent victim, who is the new creative director of Juicy Couture. Get on up here, Nicole.
Would you like your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. I have some bullet points. All right. I sat with Jamie 2 years ago at the Sunset Tower, and we had dinner, and she told me about the opportunity to be creative director of Juicy Couture. And when she told me, listen, I loved Juicy Couture, okay? I loved a tracksuit. I loved a terry cloth dress. I was basically J-Lo, except Ben Affleck wouldn't be my boyfriend and I couldn't afford mink eyelashes. So I immediately understood the connection between Jamie and Juicy because Jamie is full of spirit. She's bold. She has a love of color, laughter, and light. And being 29, she has an endless amount of energy. Now, being in a friendship with that kind of energy is a little bit intense, but watching it come to life through her work has been the most beautiful and inspiring thing to watch. Now, I do feel like it is my responsibility to let you all know and announce that Jamie is pregnant with a baby boy. And it's mine. We are having a lesbian baby. She is bringing new life to the world through her brand and that body. Jamie, I'm honored to know you. It is so amazing to become friends with someone who's such a fan of mine. To be next to you during this next phase of your life is an honor, and I love celebrating you tonight. So I would love to give you the award for designer debut, Jamie Schneider Mizrahi.
Thank you for telling everyone I'm pregnant. Considering the fact I grew up stalking Nicole and begging my mom to buy me Juicy Couture, this is a dream come true. Thank you, Nicole. I love you. Thank you, Daily Front Row and Brandusa for this award. Last year, I came to this award show when Carla Welch and Samantha McMillan won the awards for Stylist of the Year. I remember thinking to myself how amazing it would be to one day receive that honor. But as you can see here tonight, there's a long line of accomplished stylists who deserve to be recognized, which is why I found another way of getting here. When I got the call from Sandra Campos and Juicy Couture to be a part of this iconic brand, I jumped at the opportunity. In my wildest dreams did I ever think I'd become the creative director for a brand I grew up loving so much. Embarking on something new is intimidating, and as I considered how my clients and the fashion community would respond, this was especially true. Luckily, I found unwavering support at every turn, and I'm really fortunate for that. I'm so grateful to be here. I'm grateful for my husband, Nico, who puts up with a lot of chaos and crazy hours, and I'm so grateful for Juicy and all of the people I work with. It's a team effort, and I'm only as good as the people I've surrounded myself with, some of whom are here tonight. I'm so proud of what we've all accomplished in such a short time. We can't wait to show you what's next. Thank you.
Kris Jenner is responsible for so many careers in the fashion industry, remarkably most of which came from her reproductive system. When I read the comments and see how many people say they want Kim's butt or Kylie's lips, I wonder why more people don't wish they had Kris's uterus. That thing is a star-making machine. Tonight, pop culture's ultimate momager and matriarch is presenting an award to someone she didn't give birth to, but she could have, the Kardashian clan's go-to hairstylist, Jen Atkin.
Hi, everybody. I am beyond excited to be here tonight to present Jen Atkin with the award for Best Hair Artist. You're beautiful, you're great at hair, and you're an artist, so it's perfect. And I wanted to do like a whole video thing, and Derek said we didn't have time, so I just want to say thank you. I'm so proud of you. Jen is somebody who works harder than anybody that I know every single day. You rarely take a day off. You are inclusive of everyone that you work with, and you encourage and inspire young women all over the world who follow you and look up to you to be the best that they can be. And that is amazing because you're always trying to reach out to somebody and really change a life. And you do that all the time. And I think a lot of people don't know that about you. You are somebody who me and my girls we've been so lucky to have this amazing glam squad for the last 10 years. And you're like one of my daughters. We feel so blessed to have you on a team where we trust each other and travel the world together. And that's really rare. And you have a mean social media game. I used to feel really bad for you because I felt like she's not living her life. Like every single second you're posting on you have all engines blaring on fire at the same time. And then I realized when I got busier and you started traveling all the time with Kendall, it really works out well because you're like a human nanny cam. I just look at your Instagram to see what my kids are doing. So I thank you for that, Jen. You truly are a gem, but I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you, and my girls are so proud to have you in our lives, and I'm blessed to have you on our team, and I'd love to present you with the award for Best Beauty Artist, Hair Artist, whatever. Yeah! Come get it!
So,
You deserve this
I
more
feel
than
like
anybody
I feel like I deserve one of your Cartier bracelets as well.
Well, maybe after the show.
Okay. Will you hold this for me? I'm sorry, I know that's everything.
Okay.
Guys, Kris Jenner. I literally, it's so off-brand for me to cry, so I'm not gonna cry, but that almost made me cry. I just love you so much.
Do I
And
just stand here?
yes, I know this. Listen, yes, you.
One of those game show girls.
You're basically Meghan Markle. Was she on date? No, she wasn't Dill or no Dill. Anyways, I digress. That was Chrissy Teigen. I'm sorry. It was Chrissy Teigen. This is such a major pinch me moment. It's an incredible honor to have literally the busiest woman on the planet.
No, you are.
The definition of CEO, Kris Jenner, here for me tonight is like incredible and insane. And I just want to thank you, Kris, so much for teaching women the importance of setting goals, being fearless, focused, humble, and you really do show what work ethic really is like, and I can't look at you or cry. The way you and your daughters have just blasted through the iron doors and altered the conversation in both the fashion and beauty industries gives so many of us new opportunities and the courage to really find our own voice. And throughout all of your skyrocketing success, you've always made kindness such a priority, and your girls are the same. You've not only changed my life, I can't cry, I'm sorry. I don't want the crying face.
They're all naked. They're all naked.
I feel like I'm naked. But Jeremy Scott is really naked and getting me through this
Just
speech.
look at Jeremy Scott's
look
right
at his
nipple. You'll be
okay.
fine.
Okay. Okay, so you not only changed my life, but you truly are empowering so many women around the world, and I'm so grateful to have you as a mentor. I'm grateful to have your personal cell phone number, and I'm just so glad I didn't listen to my former agency, who I love, by the way, but I'm so glad I didn't listen to them because they told me working with reality stars would ruin my career. So. The fact that a sheltered Mormon girl from a small town in southern Utah who didn't know what Jewish people were or gay people, who left for Hollywood in a Honda Civic hatchback with my best friend who's here right now, and the fact I'm getting a daily front row award is insane. And when my agent told me I was getting an award, I was hoping it was Model of the Year, but I'll take whatever I can get. It's so surreal being here because when I dreamt of being a hairstylist 20 years ago, there were literally only two women who I had to look up to in this industry, and that was Odile Gilbert and Sally Hirschberger. And I owe so much to them for helping open the door for me in an industry that has really been ruled and dominated by men for so long. Oh. Sorry. I know I'm here tonight because I do hair for famous women, though I hope that's not the only thing that I am remembered for. I hope to change the narrative of what being a woman really is, and beauty is not the only thing that we have to offer. The women that I work for are independent, they're strong, they're fierce, they're graceful. They're juggling career, school, children, and relationships, and they're standing up for what they believe in. They are starting movements, and they're paving the way for future generations. Thank you to my clients, to my agent, to my team for helping really keep my shit together. They're the reason that I'm inspired and able to go to work every day and still be excited about it. There was nothing more terrifying for me than going from celebrity and salon hairstylist to a budding entrepreneur, and really, because of these women, it happened for me. When I moved here in 2000, the entertainment and fashion world was a small exclusive bubble, and because of technology, that is changing really quickly. And I really, truly wish that when I first moved here that there was somebody that could help me skip the line. And so because of that, everything that I do is really to try to help make things that are attainable. I want to give everyone access to education, hair education, to ideas, to products, and really just have an open conversation. And by simply asking women what they
wanted instead of telling them. Way, my hair care line, for those who don't know, is a part of this new secret sauce to building a successful brand. And it's incredible what we've accomplished in just 2 years. I'm so grateful to my team. And we really have created like the first socially connected hair care brand, and it's so incredible. Thank you to my Main Addicts team for working so hard to shine a light on my talented peers who really do not get the credit that they deserve. They are proof to all of the younger aspiring hairstylists out there that anything is possible if you work hard and have passion in what you do. Thank you to my husband, Mike. Round of applause for him. I honestly wouldn't be here without your advice, your patience, and your support. Thank you for believing in me, for always encouraging me, and for basically telling me not to put up with anyone's bullshit. Both of you guys have told me that before. Yeah, Mike. And thank you to my other husband and wife, John Legend and Chrissy Teigen, for making the ultimate sacrifice tonight by leaving their comfortable, quiet, sweet home on a Sunday and being here to be a good friend. And finally, sorry, Derek, this is so long, I know. Finally, thank you to my mom and dad for showing me so many Disney movies that it has contributed to my altered sense of positivity as an adult. Thank you, guys.
When I first met Alexi Lubomirski more than a decade ago, I thought, why is this guy trying to make a career behind the camera? He's very, very good looking, wherever he is. Nonetheless, since then, he went on to become one of the industry's most in-demand lensmen, most recently photographing Prince Harry and former Deal or No Deal contestant Meghan Markle for their first official portrait. Here to honor him, she was a what? Briefcase girl. Thank you. Fact-checking by Chrissy Teigen, everyone. Here to honor him is Next Model's president, Kyle Hagler.
Hi, guys. It is my pleasure to present this award to our next honoree. He's a friend. He's also really handsome. Jada, I'm not trying to hit on you, man. He's really charming, happens to be really talented at what he does. He's also the most considerate man I know. He keeps everyone smiling always. He's a father of 2 beautiful boys, a husband to the most amazing woman in the world, a published author, royalty. What does he not do? I really can't tell you because he seems to be the better version of anyone great that I've ever met. With all of that, he is one of the most humble and grateful people I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. When I first met Alexi Lubomirski, he was going out on his own after having worked with one of the biggest fashion photographers in the world. Humble in his approach, he always possessed this quiet confidence that made me and many other people feel comfortable in making him a partner, a trusted partner in business from the very beginning. We were kids then, but what I loved about him most was that while we were able to have our fun, as kids do, we both recognized in each other that we wanted to do more in life, be bigger, bolder, better than the rest. It did not take long for him to rise in the ranks to become one of the premier fashion and beauty photographers in the world and go-to lensman for the likes of Beyonce, Julia Roberts, Lupita Nyong'o, Salma Hayek, Katy Perry, Jennifer Lopez, Sarah Jessica Parker, a lot of terrible people, and worked for such prestigious brands as Maybelline, L'Oreal, Lancome, and countless editorial partners like Vogue and Bazaar. It was amazing to watch his rise, and still is, but what I can say is this was only the beginning. The validation that Alexi got through the work only solidified his voice in the world. He made sure that his success incorporated his core values of understanding to the work, the importance of diversity, authenticity in the work, and community are all drivers of his success. Long before Donald Trump lit a match under the world to become less apathetic in their being, Alexi was organically using different types of beings from different backgrounds in his work. Alexi took a stance very early on in support of animal rights as it relates to his work, not only in his daily life, and not because he was seeking some sort of validation from a public. He created a YouTube channel predicated on informing new photographers of what to expect on their quest for success, a quite selfless exercise. He is aware, but he's also of good moral standing. And while we are celebrating him for his achievements in photography, we should also celebrate him for his integrity and his graciousness. traits which will surely be passed down to his 2 young sons, and because of that, there's hope for the future. Alexi Lubomirski, I present to you the Photographer of the Year Award for Daily Front Row.
Wow, that was, my mum's gonna love that. Hi, everybody. First of all, thank you to the Daily Front Row for this award. It's an amazing honor. And before I get into trouble, I have to thank my studio manager, Emily Ulrich, and my amazing agent, Anne de Boucheron, who makes everything that is wonderful happen. One of the most common questions that I get asked is, who is your muse? And I always give the same answer, that my wife, Jada, is my inspiration. I'm gonna start crying. My wife is Cuban-Italian. She is fiercely passionate about everything that she does. She speaks 3 languages. She's international, intelligent, compassionate, creative, an eco-warrior, an amazing dancer, has fantastic style, and as an added bonus, she has a smile that can part the heaviest of clouds. I realize, looking back on my work, that more and more it is because of the strong women in my life, like Jada, that I've been influenced in how I want my female subjects to be represented. The women in my life are not objectified, they are celebrated. They are not dependent and lifeless, they are strong, happy, and confident. So baby, thank you for being my daily inspiration. Love you. Secondly, I want to talk about what a blessing it is for us to be able to work in this industry. We are all so lucky to be able to pursue our passions as a full-time career and to get to do what we love every single day. This is a blessing that I do not take lightly, and I believe that with this great blessing comes a greater responsibility for us all to make this industry the best version of itself that it can be. This job and the enjoyment that comes with it should not come at the expense of others, whether it is people, animals, or the environment. We should all try to leave this industry in a far better place than it was when we entered it. We should want to look back at the end of our careers and say that we made the right choices when they mattered, and that we stood on the right side of the fence concerning the important issues of today. We have to constantly focus on diversity in our magazines and campaigns. This is not something that we can address once and then forget about it. It is a constant question where we look at our magazine layouts on the wall and ask ourselves if we are showing a balanced representation of skin colors, body types, and ethnicities. Boom. It is a challenge that needs addressing until the day when it just becomes second nature. We also need to ask ourselves if we're standing on the right side of the argument when it comes to the use of fur. If we support and encourage fur in fashion, we have to ask ourselves how many degrees of separation are there between us and Donald Trump Jr. standing over a dead lion that he just shot. Let's move on from this as an industry and be better for it, because it is simply the right thing to do. We can no longer hide behind the glossy pages of a monthly magazine the way we used to before the digital revolution. The world is watching us every second on social media, and we cannot afford to make rash mistakes by ignoring the diversity issue, or working with people with a history of abuse, or flagrantly disregarding sustainable methods of producing fashion. Times are changing fast, especially now. And if we as an industry do not overcome these issues soon, we will seem very out of touch very, very quickly. On the flip side, we are fortunate to be working at a very exciting time, full of opportunity. All conversations are on the table, and the ground is fertile for real change. We just all have to want to make the required steps. And it is possible. If there's one thing that the fashion industry has never had a problem with, it is demanding stuff. We are gold medal Olympiads when it comes to demanding stuff. So let's use that demanding power and demand the right stuff moving forward. Let's demand diverse casting, no fur, greener shoots, and respectful behavior towards each other. All of these are wonderfully possible, though not always easy. But as I found for myself, you will feel amazing when you make a stand for a decision that is right, and not just for your benefit, but also for the benefit of others. Lastly, I wanted to say that I had intended to come up here and try, probably in vain, to be funny, charming, and most of all gracious. But it is not often that I have a captive audience of some of the most influential people in our industry. And I truly believe that we all need to be vocal and stand up for the issues we care about most in this world, for ourselves, for our children, and for our industry. I love what I do, and I want to continue working alongside the best in a diverse, respectful, and sustainable workplace. So thank you very much for listening to me, and thank you for this award.
Did Alexi just announce he's running for president? That was so good. And what a lucky wife. Derek Lubomirski has a certain ring to it. All right. I have the distinct pleasure of presenting the next, I'm doing Kate, the next award to my friend, the super stylist, Kate Young. I met Kate when I was still in college, and we became friends when I started my first job at Vogue. And how good of a friend is she? When I was fired from that first job at Vogue, she let me sit on her couch of her West Village apartment and drink red wine and watch episodes of the amazing, terrible makeover show, The Swan. Does anyone remember that terrible show? I thought about that show today because what Kate does is a much more glamorous and less morally reprehensible version of that show. She turns the queens of Hollywood into swans. Not that Selena Gomez, Dakota Johnson, Margot Robbie, Sienna Miller, and Michelle Williams were exactly ugly ducklings before they met her, but you sort of get the point. Speaking of Vogue, fashion fun fact, Kate's career also started as an assistant to Vogue's Anna Wintour, though she wasn't fired, like I was. So please welcome to the stage the Stylist of the Year, the recipient of the Women's Stylist of the Year, Kate Young. Yes, you want it now?
No.
So demanding.
Wow. Thanks for having me. Thank you, Daily Front Row. Thank you, Brandusa. Thanks, Derek. I really love what I do, too. I'm really thrilled that I get to work with sparkly dresses and the prettiest women every day. I'm grateful and really happy about it. But my work that's being celebrated here is the work of a lot of people. I have a great team. Beverly, who runs my studio, kind of runs the entire show. And without her, none of it would happen. But there are a whole bunch of girls who fight and cause drama, and Beverly manages it. And they do all the rest. And the Wall group, and Clark, and Kate, and Leela, and Allie, and Brooke are amazing, and have made this happen. I also would like to thank Brian. I didn't write a long speech because I get really shy and embarrassed and my voice shakes. And it's doing that, but I'm honored. And I'm really happy that I get to continue to do this job. And happy I won. Thanks.
The first time I met Cami Morrone was at a party at the Cannes Film Festival, and I thought I was hallucinating because I could have sworn it was a Latina Brigitte Bardot had magically appeared in front of me. Turns out I did hallucinate that night, but that's a whole other story. I'll tell you another time. And the first night, though she was a vision, she didn't disappoint, and she still is. The photographer Sebastian Faina is here to give the Emerging Talent Award to the lovely Cami.
Hola, bebé, ¿cómo están? Hi, everyone. So I never presented an award to anyone before, I think, because as Derek would say, normally I think of myself all the time. And but I really want to now, and I would not be here for anybody else but Camila. I believe in this award I'm about to present, since I respect and admire Cami from the moment we met. I knew right then that she'd be a star, a real star. A star that would last and only surprise me in the years to come. Her strength, maturity, confidence, lucidity, talent, drive, and clarity make me admire her. I do, baby. And her funny, beautiful, untamable, kind soul makes me be in love with her, which I am as well. And, okay, I got lost now. And so, yeah, you know, how real and affection. No, wait, listen. How real and affectionate and loyal Cami is. I mean, only some of us know that so far, but I think you will all do soon. And as you get to know her, as I was blessed the day and you will too, as I was blessed the day she found me. Everyone. I love you, baby. Te quiero, mi amor. I just want to say this. Good ethics and a kind heart are everything and anything anybody should aim to have. You are my family. And you inspire me to be better and always protect me. And you do the same with all of those you love. As an ancient force of nature that you are. Cami, mi amor, I'm proud to present you with these awards, the first of many to come. You're a superstar, and I love you.
Take your phone, I'm gonna get confused. Okay, this is my first award ever, and I have never spoken publicly. It's okay, I'm just gonna set that down. By the way, I didn't know that your heart could travel to your throat and beat in your throat, so that's what's happening right now. And I, of course, procrastinated, and my printer broke on my way here, and I missed my teleprompter cue and timeline, so I'm gonna use my phone, so please bear with me. By the way, that's my drunk dad. Great, so, a funny story. By the way, he's only here because there's a free bar, so thank you, Dad, right there, yeah. A quick backstory about how life comes full circle. Sebastian, we can be honest with everyone here. I didn't find you, I stalked you. I was a fan of Sebastian's photography when I moved alone to New York at 18 years old, and when I discovered that he was Argentinian like me, I emailed every person that I knew in Argentina trying to find a link to his personal email. And I finally got it, and 18-year-old, very eloquent, sophisticated me wrote him an email saying, "Hi, I'm Cami, I'm from Argentina, I live in New York, I'm a model, can we have a coffee?" And exactly 1 week after we met for coffee, Sebastian shot my very first magazine editorial for Corrine Reutefeldt for CR Fashion Book, and my first and only Vogue cover. By the way, if anyone here is from Vogue or Condé Nast, I would really like another one. I'd be really appreciative. But I'll take what I can get. One's enough. I can die happy. Anyway, okay, I got the first part out. I would like to start this terrifying speech by acknowledging how grateful I am to be here in a room full of such powerful fashion forces who have contributed so much to the creativity, sorry, I'm not going to go off book, who have contributed so much creativity to this art form that we mutually share a passion for. I want to thank every person who has given me an opportunity in fashion, but more importantly, every person who has taught me a lesson along the way. I know I am not alone when I say that I have been at that breaking point when giving up seems like the only option. Every one of us in entertainment, whether it be model, photographers, writers, directors, stylists, all know what it's like to feel rejection. But a wise person once said, my mom wants me to say it was her, but it wasn't, nothing in life that is worth it comes easy. So thank you for those in this room and everywhere who have been told no and kept going, because that is my inspiration. I think I can speak for young women when I say that is all of our inspiration. I want to acknowledge my mom, mostly because she will kill me when I get home, and I don't have to hear her complain about how ungrateful I am anymore. Mom, my mother moved here when she was 20 years old from Argentina, alone with my dad, who was a model at the time, and she was alone in a foreign country and with a 1-year-old baby at 15. give you a couple years. And by the way, it's her 28th birthday next week, so happy 28th. But no, Mom, you sacrificed everything for me. You are my rock. You make me feel important, and you are there with open arms to catch me when I fall. And when you are proud of me, it is all worth it. Daddy, because he heard me doing my speech at the house, and he's like, you're not going to say anything about your dad, so this is for you, Dad. Daddy, thank you. Daddy, thank you for being that voice of reassurance. When I am lonely, far from home, and doubting everything in my life, the sound of your voice just brings home to wherever I am. I know it's stupid, but I had to say something. I didn't know what to say. Anyways, almost done. I know that I'm young and I'm just getting started, but I do believe in life that you have to go for the things you want and follow your instincts. And this industry is my instinct, whether it's a mistake or not. However far it goes for me and however long this journey is for me, I am very happy and humbled to be standing here in front of all of you today. And thank you, Brandusa. Thank you, Fashion LA Awards. I was going to call it the Daily Front. No, don't know if they're related. Thank you, Daily Front Row Awards. Yes, and I don't know if I am worthy of this award. I don't think I am, but I'm going to take it and run. So thank you.
That sounds like a very fun family. What does that family reunion look like? I'm coming with you. All right. I mean, she's about to have a baby. We got to keep the show on the road. Sorry, Chrissy. All right. Paris Hilton has given us so much. The dawn of reality TV programming, a zillion namesake celebrity fragrances, a penthouse for underprivileged little dogs all over the world, and more recently, her DJ stylings in the nightclubs of Ibiza. Personally, I should thank her for numerous hangovers all around the world. Tonight, she's giving the Fashion Rebel Award on behalf of Maybelline New York and the Daily Front Row to Philip Plain.
Thank you. Thank you, Derek. And thank you, everyone else. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to celebrate one of fashion's most independent spirits, Philip Kline. In just a few short years, Philip has built a global empire entirely on his own terms. In an industry that's known for being regimented and traditional, Philip is exactly the opposite. He's confident, unconventional, and free, a disruptor in the very best sense. It's no wonder that all eyes are on my good friend Philip. Let's all congratulate the Daily Front Row and Maybelline's New York Fashion Rebel of the Year, Philip Kline.
Hope you're all happy. Chrissy Teigen just went into labor. All right. I adore our next presenter, actress Rowan Blanchard, because she is symbolic of a generation of smart, engaged, and stylish young people who are bubbling to the surface in this country, and I truly believe are going to fix what's wrong with the world. That said, at the moment, she's still too young to buy cigarettes, vote, or drink alcohol, but she is old enough to present Stuart Vevers with the Designer of the Year Award for his reinvention of Coach.
I'm reading off my phone too, so bear with me as well. I am here to announce the award for Designer of the Year to my dear friend, Stuart Vevers. I've had the pleasure of knowing and working with Stuart for the past 2 years. Wearing his designs throughout these incredibly formative, influential years in my life have made me feel secure in myself, in my growing up, and specifically the rare experience of growing up publicly. Through Stuart's designs at Coach, he has had the power to make young people, women and men, feel confident, cool, and mostly themselves. Since joining Coach 5 years ago, Stuart has successfully transformed the brand, recontextualizing its identity for a new audience by introducing his signature individualistic charm and playful, youthful spirit. He has successfully conveyed the ultimate expression of his designs while always emphasizing individuality throughout his stunning collections and runway shows. Getting to see his vision every season reminds me that I do not have to sacrifice individuality, comfort, or myself in the name of fashion. But instead, I can find relief in knowing that the fullness of what makes us us can merge and integrate wholly within Stuart's vision. I am so proud to introduce this award to Stuart Vevers. I love you.
Good evening. Thank you so much, Rowan, and thank you, Derek. Congratulations to all the fellow honorees this evening, and a heartfelt thanks to Brandusa and everyone at the Daily Front Row for this award that I accept on behalf of the whole team at Coach. Your recognition really means a lot to us. Thank you to the Coach management team, Josh and Victor, for their unfailing trust and support of me to take creative risks, question everything, and push the boundaries of what people expected from Coach. My vision for Coach was to explore a nostalgic yet truly contemporary perspective. And for me, diversity is modernity in terms of race, gender, and identity. At Coach, I want to be completely inclusive to everyone because I think that's what America at its best does. Our Coach girl and guy are idiosyncratic, embrace their individuality, and most of all, are authentic and true to themselves. It's a spirit I recognize in our friends, Rowan, Hari, Tommy, Kirsty, Bridget, Kate and Laura. Thank you all for your friendship and support and for being here tonight. Thank you again and have a great evening.
Here are some important numbers to know about the model, actress, swimwear designer, and feminist sensation we know as Emirata. 17 million, that's how many Instagram followers she has. 4, that's how many syllables are in her last name, which I hope is pronounced Ratajkowski. 6, that's how many weeks she's been married. And 1, that's the number of posts she's put on Instagram in which she is wearing a shirt in the past 7 days. But to be honest, if I had a body like that, that's one more picture than I would have posted wearing a shirt this week. Here to present the award for Model of the Year is Art Director Extraordinaire Trey Laird.
Thanks, Derek. Hi, everybody. I had to think about when I got this call to give Emily this award, what makes the model of the year? Is it the number of magazine covers, if anybody actually still looks at a magazine? Is it campaigns or shows? Is it social media stats or influencer endorsement deals? I believe it's actually something much bigger. It's about one word, relevance. Impact, cultural cut-through, and that all-important intangible it factor. Some models simply command your attention and rise above the rest to become something more. Emily Ratajkowski is that model, and this has certainly been her year. In this year of revolutionary change and the power of women owning their own voices, standing up for their equality, their respect, and ultimately the freedom to defend their own choices, Emily has become so much more than just a model. She has become a powerful icon for her generation, redefining what it means to be sexy, what it means to be beautiful, what it means to live your life on your own terms. Often controversial, she has been fearless in her belief that every woman can and should own her own sensuality, write her own rules, that it's okay to have both a body and a brain. And perhaps most importantly, not to take any shit from anyone. I think somebody else said that earlier, but she's a strong advocate of that, and I've seen it and like it. She has become a pop cultural force, a symbol of a new breed of bold young women, and she is a strong original voice in the times we find ourselves living in today. And she launched her own swimwear line. Cultural relevance in bikinis. Welcome to the world of Emirata. And Emily is also so much more than just a model, an accomplished actress who made her debut in 2014's Gone Girl, she has no fewer than 5 feature films coming out in the coming year, starring alongside Amy Schumer, Aaron Paul, and Theo James. And yes, she also has had a year full of major global magazine covers, campaigns, brand collabs far and wide. Her over 17 million Instagram followers are so engaged that she was recently named Instagram Stories' highest-ranking personality in fashion around the world this year. But what also makes a model of the year is also hard work, professionalism, collaboration with teams, and a desire to always push to bring the very best out in every project you're involved with. I know firsthand that Emily is also that type of model, that type of person. She always wants to learn from everyone around her, and she is one of those rare breeds, like previous Model of the Year winners Karlie Kloss and Gigi Hadid, that are as nice and appreciative to every assistant on set as they are to any major photographer or designer. That is what puts the super and supermodel, and that is why Emily Ratajkowski is truly the Model of the Year. So it's my honor to present this award to my friend, Emily Ratajkowski.
Wow, that was emotional, actually. That got to me. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, Trey. That was really heartfelt. It's rare to have moments when you're working really hard to be able to celebrate, and that actually really made me celebrate. So thank you to the Daily Front Row also for this opportunity. I'm truly excited about the fashion industry and where it is today, because I believe fashion has always been empowering to women. I think it gives us the ability to explore a multitude of versions of ourselves. Each of us can put on an outfit, a costume, armor, if you will, and become an endless variety of characters, become the person you want to be for the day, or maybe even for forever. Fashion gives us the opportunity to define our identity, to express and explore who we are, but most importantly, who we can be. And now, as a model and as a woman in 2018, I'm empowered through fashion in a completely new way. I communicate directly with the world. Models are no longer just mannequins perfected in someone else's vision. Now we are individuals. We define our identity in our own image. We share our perspective, how we see the world and ourselves, and what we believe is important. I'm short with curves. Being able to succeed in this industry didn't always seem easy. But now I'm thrilled that women's femininity and sexuality and uniqueness are being celebrated. Beauty, as defined by the fashion industry, is no longer just one ideal. It's a multitude of shapes and colors and sizes. And most amazingly, beauty is now about what makes you different and about what you stand for. Let's continue to embrace a diverse group of women's perspectives. Let's continue to empower women by encouraging models to be themselves, no matter how specific and different that might be. Thank you.
All right, we've reached tonight's grand finale. Fashion fun fact, the designer Jeremy Scott and I are both from Missouri. And this joke was written before I saw what he was wearing, just so y'all know. But Missouri is known as the show me state. In the world of hardworking fashion professionals, you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who is showing more than this guy. He divides his time between 2 fashion houses, Moschino and his own namesake Kline, as well as being a sartorial peacock and party host extraordinaire. Here to present Jeremy Scott with Creative of the Year Award is the fascinating Paris Jackson.
Stairs were too far away. Hi. I am absolutely humbled to introduce you all to Creative of the Year recipient. He's a real badass, a rebel, which is very important, and an original. And not to mention, the fucking homie, okay? Like, Jeremy, I'm sorry, I know that wasn't approved, but it's kind of my signature move. I first met this super rad dude a little over a year ago while collaborating on my psychedelic tie-dye dress for the Grammys. I don't know if you saw it, but it had a peace sign in the back. It was like super cool. This creator is a true artist. He doesn't follow trends, he creates them. And what I love about him is that he doesn't play by anybody else's rules. When he wanted to move from Paris to LA in the early 2000s, despite LA not being a fashion capital, he followed his own path and helped put LA on the fashion map. When an idea doesn't fit within the bindings of the book of fashion, he writes a new chapter. Or, if you guys know him, he's gonna tear the book up and use the pages to construct a beautiful garment for Katy Perry to wear at the VMAs. We need more visionaries in this world. We need more people that think outside the box and are willing to challenge and change the very fabric, literally, of society. These are the people who stand upon the human experience and move us closer to that Hegelian light. So without further ado, please give a warm welcome to one of these individuals and a very happy congratulations to Jeremy Scott.
Thank you. I feel very honored to receive this. Thank you, Brandusa and the Daily Front Row, for all the support that you show me. Being someone that is outside of the box, sometimes I feel a little bit outside of the box, and you guys always make me feel at home and feel loved and cherished. And I would like to thank so many of my friends who are here, Francis and Pablo and Rawson and Michelle and Angela and Brooke, who help prop me up sometimes when I can't stand on my own. So basically, I just want to say thank you and good night.
All right. That's all, folks. Thank you so much for coming. Let's go meet Cammy's dad at the bar. Don't forget to hashtag your new best friend, hashtag FLAS 2018. Good night.